Congratulations on your new album.
Thank you very much.
Are you pleased with how it's all come together?
Oh, I'm so excited about this record. I'm so pleased. I think from quite early in the writing sessions, I started to get a really excited feeling because the songs were coming quite quickly and they felt very strong and, you know, right up to the end, which really the album has only been ready for about a week.
Really?
This is the closest to the release date we've actually been on, finishing the record.
When did you know it was the right time to make another album?
I was working in the theatre. I was in Blood Brothers for 6 months on the West End, and I had a fantastic time and I really enjoyed it and I learnt so much. But I'd say about halfway through the run, I just started to really miss performing my own music and really being myself on stage, because it was a whole new experience playing a role and it was brilliant, but I did miss being me. And I missed my fans, although there was a lot of them at the stage door every night. I kind of missed having that connection with the audience where you can have a bit of fun with the guys and people singing along and stuff. And I just thought, it's time to make a new album.
Your new single is Think About It. Is it a good indicator of what the rest of the album sounds like?
I think Think About It is one of the more up-tempo tracks on the album, and there's a few up-tempo tracks, but it's a real mix. You know, it's quite diverse. It's a pop album, but I love so many styles of music. There's a bit of a rock influence in places, there's some dance influences, it's quite electronic, some of the production, there's some atmospheric moments, there is a beautiful string arrangement throughout the record. So I think it's kind of me at my best. It reminds me more of my first album, Northern Star, than anything else I've done.
And which tracks on the album would you point people towards? Have you got any favourites?
Well, The Sea is the opening track of the album, and it's quite a dramatic intro. It's got a very long intro, so that's a really lovely one to get yourself lost in. Then Think About It, which is the single, is a real feel-good track. Hopefully it'll make you want to get up and dance. It makes me want to dance. I'm my little girl. There's so many great songs. Burn is a favourite of mine. That was co-written with Cutfather and Adam Argyle, the same guys that I worked on for Think About It. Weak is a lovely song. It's a mid-tempo. The arrangement's lovely. It reminds me, particular song reminds me of songs from Northern Star. It's like a Rick Knowles production. It's quite similar to something like Closer, but it's a great song I wrote with Ina Ralston and Jez Ashurst. Ina's done loads of stuff with the Saturdays. She's worked with loads of different artists. More recently, Britney Spears has covered a couple of her tracks. So there's so much going on really. I really hope there's at least one song that will appeal to everybody.
Are any of those you just mentioned planned for future singles at all?
We are currently talking about what will be the next single. I know what I would like, and I think the fans are quite vocal on Twitter, so it's really nice to get that feedback as well. So I'll consider everything when I'm making my decisions.
And you've got a huge following around Europe as well as the UK. Are you planning a tour anytime soon?
I'm going to be touring, yeah. I'm going to be touring the end of this year and early next year as well. And I'm planning to be touring in the UK. But of course, that all depends on how well the album goes and the demand.
There's been a lot of demand on Twitter for a Liverpool date. You're going to do a homecoming show?
I think it'd be very rude not to play Liverpool. I hope so, and I'm sure we will be booking Liverpool and hopefully getting everywhere, really. There's lots of places I've not been for a long time, so I need to get out and see all those great fans.
And going back to your album, this is obviously your 5th solo record now. Are there plans to make more in the future? I
like to think that I'm going to keep making albums for the rest of my life. You know, I don't want to imagine a time when I'm not getting out there and performing and making new music. So it's my intention to keep making